are two types of levels in A.C.E. The first one is the level that your kid is on. So your child will be in level 1 or level 2. So that's just grade levels. They just call it levels instead of grades. The other thing is the A, C, and E level. So A is the lowest level, C is the second, and E is the other level. This year I really sat down because I really wanted to do reports because I realized the value, I'm shaking the whole camera by patting his back on it. I realized the value of my kids being able to give reports. I remember how many people when I was in college were really, really scared to give reports, like to the point that they were sick on the day that they, not reports, but whenever they had speeches in college, they were just terrified, so much so that they would have, they'd make themselves physically sick. And it was just so sad to me because I definitely knew you get up there on stage and you share and then you step down and it's over. And this is how you prepare for it. And I just felt very equipped. And that was from just doing the reports that I was able to give every week. So that made me realize that this is an important part of A.C.E. So for ours, for this year, for 2020, and it might change next year, but for right now, I think I've told you guys that my oldest daughter is taking a Spanish class downtown. So twice a week on Tuesdays and Thursdays, we work in a coffee shop. It is nicer to stay home though. So I kind of mixed that into it for this year for our reward system. So here's what we have. Level A, that's the lowest level. You have to do 2 paces per week. So on the week before, you have to have 2 stars, basically. So 2 stars on the week before, and you have to memorize the previous week's scripture. Instead of doing monthly scriptures, we do weekly scriptures. So it's two scriptures every week that you have to memorize. If you don't, and you have to memorize it anyway. So this is kind of a requirement that you're required to do anyway. So it's not a big deal. I just wrote it down in there. And if you do that, you get a morning break. You qualify for a morning break where you can sit or where you can go use the bathroom and this is usually around 10 o'clock in the morning. You can use the bathroom. You can go get a drink. You know, it's not like a snack break or anything big unless I happen to have, you know, some fruit cut up or something like that. C level, you have to have 2 paces, 2 stars from the previous week. If you use the star chart, you'll know what I'm talking about there. You have to memorize the previous week's scripture and you have to give a 3-minute report. Now the report is given once every 2 weeks. So if you give it, you're good for 2 weeks. That really lets the kids start studying, or like they can look at their goals, and if they don't think they're going to get the 2 stars, that it's not even worth it for them to say the report. But with it being 2 weeks, they have to really look ahead, and it just really teaches them to prepare for the future and what's worth working on. If they get that for C level, they get to choose a snack each Tuesday. So only on Tuesday, but they get to choose a snack before we leave, and we don't really do snacks, so this is a big deal. So I went to the store and got some snacks. The kids have those options. They choose one and then they can take it with us as their special treat. For C level, they can also score without permission, which is a huge time saver for them. And they can use the bathroom and blow their nose without permission. So if they need to get up and go to the bathroom, they can do that without permission, without having to raise their flag. So that's C level. E level, you have to have 3 stars from the week before and memorize the previous week's scripture verse, but you have to do it on a Monday or a Tuesday. So if you do it on a Monday or Tuesday, you get this special sticker that has an eagle on it. A.C.E. provides these stickers. I actually haven't been able to find them, but I have a connection with an A.C.E. school that a relative works at, and she gives me the ones that they don't use. So these are the ones that I grew up doing. It just has an eagle on it instead of just the Bible. And it is amazing what kids will do for that sticker. So they get that sticker if they say it on a Monday or Tuesday. They get the Bible just the plain Bible sticker if they say it on Wednesday or Thursday. And everybody wants the eagle sticker, and they want their charts to be all matching with just eagle stickers. And it's a much bigger incentive than you would think it would be. For E level, you have You have to say your scripture verse on a Monday or Tuesday, and you have to present the 3-minute oral report. And if you do that, you get to not only have a snack on Tuesday, but you also get a snack on Thursday. You get to help me pick out the snacks when I go shopping for them. You get to come and choose one, or, you know, help influence the choices, which is very, very exciting. And you can score without permission. You can leave your desk without permission for bathroom needs or drink needs, and you can have a hot or cold drink at your desk, which you're not allowed to normally. So those are our reward system. That is how we're doing it this year. It will probably change year to year, but it's worked really well. It's also interesting to see just the reward of getting to score without permission. I had one kid who was writing out their stars to figure out when they needed to take tests so that they could get the scoring without permission, which takes 2 stars every week, and they wanted to make sure they got it every week. And that was closer towards the beginning of the school where you're testing everything all on 1 week. And so she was trying to work it out so that she might test 3 1 week and 2 the next week. And anyway, I was really impressed with that. But it just teaches kids to set, they have their goal cards that sets their daily goal, and this kind of helps them set a weekly and a bi-monthly goal. And so you're teaching your kids not just to plan ahead for the next day, but to plan ahead for the next week and the next week. And it's just fabulous with how it teaches kids to plan ahead. And eventually when they go to college and they get that syllabus, it's no big deal because they've been doing this their whole life. I think it's a very valuable part of homeschooling, especially using A.C.E. There are several times where they give reports, and the A.C.E. does a really good job with the outline form and different stuff like that. And this actually just provides a lot, just that extra step, especially if you're a small family and giving reports might seem a little bit awkward. It still teaches you that to give a report, to stand up in front of people. We just do it in front of Daddy and Mommy, and we both give tips and tricks like, okay, that's not the way you hold your hands, you know, don't put them in your pocket, look at your audience, make sure that you're summarizing, not telling the whole story, and stuff like that. So the reports right now are over these books, and they're just simple books. You can do them over anything. You can do them over some of the literature books if you want to do that, or just any books that your kids happen to be reading. You can do it over that. I am having my 9-year-old do one of his reports over a president that he just did a science project on, and the state senator, he wrote the state senator, and the state senator wrote him back. And then he needs to write a report for that. And I told him he could present that for this week's level. So he doesn't have to actually present the report for the project, but if he takes it that step further, he'll be eligible for C or E level. So anyway, just whatever you want to do, you can make it work, you can make it easy, you can make it tough, you can make it different for different grades, but it's pretty neat to have the kids stand up and share stuff and just gain that confidence. I think one of our kids, the first time they were doing a 5-minute summary, it was like 17 minutes. So then we changed it to a 3-minute summary and told the kids they had to practice before they presented to us. And that really, the practicing, I think, is really good, because then they get to learn what an outline is. Well, they get to learn what it's like to present from an outline, because the shortest outline gave the longest speech. So how to follow the outline, how to write it down, how to present from it is just really invaluable. I've really come to appreciate all that as part of this process. So that's how we do oral reports and how we do the A.C. and E levels. You guys have a great day, and I'll catch you in the next video.